The purpose of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission's open meeting is for the Commission to consider the matters that have been duly posted in accordance with the Government in the Sunshine Act. Members of the public are invited to observe, which includes attending, listening, and taking notes, but does not include participating in the meeting or addressing the Commission. Actions that purposely interfere or attempt to interfere with the commencement or conducting of the meeting or inhibit the audience's ability to observe or listen to the meeting are not permitted. This includes attempts by audience members to address the Commission while the meeting is in progress. Any persons engaging in such behavior will be asked to leave the building. Anyone who refuses to leave voluntarily will be escorted from the building. Additionally, documents presented to the chairman, commissioners, and staff during the meeting will not become part of the official record of any commission proceeding, nor will they require further action by the commission. If you wish to comment on an ongoing proceeding before the commission, please visit our website for additional information. Also, representatives from FERC's Office of Public Participation are located just outside of the commission meeting room to answer questions and to assist the public with submission inquiries. Thank you.
Madam Secretary, we are ready to begin.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. This is the time and place that has been noticed for the open meeting of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to consider the matters that have been duly posted by the Commission. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Liberty and justice for all.
Commissioners, since the July 25th open meeting, the Commission has issued 93 notational orders. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, and good morning to everyone. Last week, staff hosted a two-day interconnection workshop to discuss opportunities for further innovation and increased efficiency in the generator interconnection process. First, I would like to thank the staff who organized and who conducted our workshop. I know a lot of work went into that. I also want to thank the panelists who contributed their ideas and their time. I encourage everyone who has additional comments to please do so in the docket.
I'll do so right now because
There we go. All right, we're back on the record. I'm also pleased to announce more progress toward improving how the Commission engages with and consults with American Indian tribes. Today, we'll be issuing a notice announcing that the Commission will be holding tribal consultations on interconnection issues. This will be the first time that the Commission engages in tribal consultation on an electric markets issue. Improving the Commission's tribal engagement and consultation practices is one of my top priorities and a commitment that's reflected in our Equity Action Plan. Under the Commission's updated Equity Action Plan, we are committed to increasing our staff's knowledge of treaty law, of the history of interactions between the federal government and tribal governments, and of the methods for engaging with and consulting with tribal governments. In fact, next week, the Commission is making available to all staff a training led by Miranda Compton, a nationally recognized expert on all these issues and a citizen of the Delaware tribe. I encourage all staff to attend this important training.
I'm so glad that you're having that.
Are we back? Okay, back on the record again. Also, a reminder of some upcoming technical conferences. First, our annual commissioner-led reliability technical conference will be held on Wednesday, October 16, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. A notice was issued on July 9th. And on November 1st, a commissioner-led technical conference will be held to discuss generic issues related to co-location of large loads and generating facilities. Now to an even more important point. Earlier this month, the Commission, led by the Office of Public Participation, rolled out improvements to our e-comment program. That, among other things, will facilitate members of the public filing comments into our rulemaking, administrative, and policy proceeding dockets. We made these improvements in response to requests and comments from the public that our filing processes can create barriers to filing and prevent the Commission from hearing from certain groups. I hope these improvements make the Commission more accessible, and we appreciate all the feedback on how to improve.
I think these disruptions are kind of rude.
Before we go back on this time, everybody have an opportunity to. Thank you. So we're back on. Last week, we said farewell to one of our senior staffers, David Ortiz, the director of the Office of Electric Reliability. David arrived at the Commission in 2016 and became director of OER in 2022. Under David's leadership, OER accomplished a lot, including inquiries into 2 major winter storms, Uri and Elliott, enhancing requirements for generators to operate through cold, extreme weather, and many other reliability priorities. Please join me in congratulating and wishing David the best. Thank you. Lastly, as most of you know, in July and August, the Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit sent back to the Commission authorizations for 3 LNG terminals and 1 pipeline project. In one of these cases, the court vacated the authorization for Transco's Regional Energy Access Expansion Project in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Transco requested a rehearing on that decision, and the court has directed the Commission to respond. While I'm not going to prejudge what we will say in that particular proceeding, I want to make clear that I think the court erred in vacating our authorization. Transco took steps to build out its system and begin serving We're back on. Finally, Transco took steps to build out its system and begin serving customers based on the Commission's authorization. I think that the court did not properly consider how truly disruptive their decision would be to the affordability and reliability of natural gas services to the customers who desperately need it this winter.
This committee is a sham.
We're back on again. The last thing I'll say is we have two important cybersecurity matters, items E1 and E2. There's a press release that is available, will be available on our website. I'll direct you to that. I just want to thank the teams that worked on this. I think it's a critical time right now with all that's happening in the world that we focus on these cybersecurity issues, including supply chain issues. And that concludes my remarks this morning. I will now turn to my colleagues, Commissioner Christie.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to first echo his remarks about David Ortiz. David was head of our OER. I thought it was 2021, but you said it was 2022. Time flies. But David, I thought, was always very helpful and very responsive to me in my office, and so I just want to wish David Ortiz the best in all his future endeavors. And I want to welcome Eric Vandenberg to be the new OER director, and Eric's also been very helpful, and hope that continues, and I'm sure it will. But mainly I want to say best wishes to David Ortiz in what you do next. I want to introduce all right, we're back on. Looking around to see if anybody else wants to do it. But I want to introduce Jed Kim. Jed is a 2L at George Washington Law School, and he's interning with me this fall, so I want to introduce Jed. And with that, as far as the agenda, I'll wait till the clerk calls out. Okay, all right, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Rosner.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning, everyone. I just want to comment that I'm thrilled that FERC has a full complement of 5 commissioners voting today. Welcome, Commissioner C, Commissioner Chang. Past month, everyone has been... And so it's been wonderful working with the 2 new commissioners, as well as Chairman Phillips and Commissioner Christie and your teams over the past month. And I also just want to highlight the fact that all of our orders on this month's agenda are being voted out unanimously. To me, compromise and consensus are the American way, and this is the best way for the Commission to get durable orders out, and this is something that will always be a priority for me whenever possible. So I just look forward to working with everyone going forward. And on staffing, best of luck to David Ortiz. I've benefited greatly from your expertise over the years, both at the Department of Energy and more recently here. Also, congratulations, Eric, for coming to the table and stepping up.
Commissioners.
Okay, and also I want to say goodbye and congratulations on your new role to Michael McLaughlin, who is the Deputy Director of OPI. Really enjoyed working with him when I was on the team in OPI, and he'll be missed. Few quick reflection on the interconnection workshop. I'm so pleased that under Chairman Phillips' leadership that the Commission has been and continues to be proactive on interconnection reform. It was really great to hear from the industry and other stakeholders about the efficiencies and innovations that they are pursuing that really complement the reforms in Order Number 2023. And I was particularly interested to learn about the potential to reduce interconnection study timelines through automation. We heard a lot about how automation can transform a process from months, in some cases down to a single day. And I want to acknowledge panelists from MISO and SVP for their leadership and willingness to implement these automated study processes. These are two of the nation's largest grids, and I hope that their tests of these tools will provide the rest of the country with critical experience for how these tools can scale and scale up. Thinking outside the box and taking on... Back on interconnection. Thinking outside the box and taking on new approaches to old problems is exactly how we move the ball forward and achieve a fast and efficient interconnection process. And by connecting new resources to the grid, that's how we expand supply, lower prices, and deliver benefits to ratepayers. So to today's agenda. Sticking with the interconnection theme, I want to briefly highlight E3 through E6. These are some of the Commission's first orders on compliance with Order Number 2023. I'd like to thank Commission staff for their continued hard work in reviewing the proposals to implement the new efficiencies and innovations that Order Number 2023 requires. The Commission can't do this.
I'm from Texas. I am
All right, and finally, in items E1 and E2, which the chairman mentioned, I just want to reemphasize that through these orders, we are reaffirming our commitment to ensuring the reliable operation of the bulk electric grid with these two new NOPRs. First, E1 proposes to direct NERC to identify standards to identify, assess, and respond to supply chain risk. I think this NOPR is a good step forward, and I encourage anyone interested to file comments. The second, E2, proposes to both accept NERC's new internal network security monitoring cybersecurity standards, and also proposes to direct NERC to develop additional standards to cover a broader set of cyber systems. Both of these items were built upon years of difficult.
You're done.
Both of these items have been built upon years of difficult, detail-oriented work from both the staff of the Commission, NERC, and from our industry, and I'm proud to support them today. And Chairman, thank you for raising the remands. I want to echo your remarks. I look forward to working with you and our colleagues here to find consensus on a path forward there. For me, I think considering the views from all parties and following the statute, that's how I plan to move forward together with you all, and I look forward to that hard work. So with that, I turn back to you, Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner C.
Well, good morning. I'm happy to be here today. This is my first meeting participating as a voting member of the Commission. I'm also very glad to be here for a full complement of 5 on the Commission. I'd like to be the fourth person to thank David Ortiz for his significant work on behalf of the Commission and to wish him well. I didn't have the chance to work with him for very long, but deeply grateful for the work that he did and wishing Eric well and have a lot of confidence in the work that he will do for the division going forward. Thank you also.
I would like to congratulate
Also appreciate the chairman highlighting some of the important work that's happened in the Commission over the past month. I appreciate the opportunity to participate in the interconnection workshop. Appreciate all of the hard work from staff putting that together and the many panelists who gave their expertise to help inform us on some of these important issues. I'm also grateful for the work that our Office of Public Participation has done to streamline the public comment process. As someone who has filed comments in front of numerous agencies in previous roles, I think being able to make that process as straightforward as possible is helpful so that we can get the benefit of different perspectives on these nuanced issues. So thank you for that work. Diving into the Commission's work over the past month has given me even a greater respect for the importance of the work we do and enthusiasm for the task ahead. I'm deeply grateful for the work of the FERC staff, for all of the careful analysis and attention that goes into the matters before they even reach our 5 offices for deliberation. I've appreciated the ability to work with you all, and I'm glad to continue doing that. I'm also glad, as Commissioner Rosner noted, that today the 5 of us are coming in consensus on the matters in front of us today. These past couple months have been very encouraging in order to talk with each of my fellow commissioners and start to understand the different perspectives and voices that everyone brings. I think we've had some really productive conversations, and I'm looking forward to continuing to see the value of 5 different voices and that diverse perspective on these nuanced and important matters in front of us. I'm also deeply grateful for my personal staff, who are invaluable as I have been diving into this work. In July, they weren't all sitting with me at our last commission meeting, so I'd like to take a few moments to introduce my 4 advisors now. So first of all is Danielle Bertoldi, sitting behind me. After a few years in the private sector, she joined FERC 12 years ago in our Office of Energy Market Regulation, the Division of Pipeline Regulation, and she spent the past several years as a supervisor in that division. I'm really thrilled that she agreed to bring that considerable expertise to my office. She also did her undergrad and master's at West Virginia University and has adopted West Virginia, and I promise that is not the only reason I was interested in Danielle, but I'm thrilled to see that the sort of spirit of tenacity and cooperation that I might expect from that background has only been proven going forward. I also want to thank her as the first member of my team for being willing to jump into so many aspects and miscellaneous parts of the job that weren't necessarily in her job description as we got the office up and running. Thank you. Next is Scotia Bennett. Scotia spent time in school all over the United States, from Washington State to Illinois, before she landed at FERC about a decade ago now. She also comes from our Office of Energy Market Regulation in the East Division, and she brings with her to my office her extensive experience in capacity markets specifically and Eastern markets more generally. She's already proven that she's tenacious digging into issues and works to get to the heart of the matter, and I'm really grateful for her experience and drive. Next is Michael Hill. Michael has spent the past 8 years with FERC, first in our Office of Enforcement, and then the majority of his time in our Office of Energy Policy and Innovation. He has a command of some of the key issues in front of the Commission today and for the foreseeable future in terms of interconnection and transmission matters, as well as experience in MISO and CAISO and other market issues. While the rest of the team actually lives in Maryland, Michael lives in Colorado, and he's become an invaluable part of our team in that hybrid role. I deeply appreciate his ability to help me get through the complexity of the issues before us, both tracking down all the rabbit holes we need and helping to focus on the big picture issues that matter most. And last for now is Nate Menard. Nate's been with FERC for the past 3 years as a lawyer in our rehearing division, but I'm grateful for for that, as well as his extensive public service before he joined the Commission. After a few years in a law firm, he served as an assistant to the General Counsel for the Army, and really appreciate his ability, the care and efficiency he brings to his work as he focuses with precision on the legal issues before us and helps to answer the important questions of FERC precedent, what the courts say about what our work and how it fits into our broader mission. So I'm deeply grateful for the 4 of them, looking forward to the opportunity they will have to work with everyone here on these matters. I'm grateful for them and for their help and the ability that they have done to prepare me for the meeting today and going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and welcome to all of your new staff to 11th floor. I look forward to working with you and also you working with my team. Commissioner Chang.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Glad to be here as well and be voting with my esteemed colleagues here. Definitely enjoyed a productive few weeks now and engaging with the staff and my colleagues. I think we're all off to a good start and definitely encouraged by all of our joint discussions and collaborations across all the commissioners, so I'm very grateful for that. I would also like to wish David Ortiz in his new venture and thank Eric for stepping up, and definitely looking forward to working with you, Eric. First, I want to start by updating everyone on my staffing. And first, I would like to thank Emily Beard. I don't see her in the room, but she was the first to welcome me to the commission even before I started. And thank you very much, Emily. And Kat Giljohan, who is not in the room either because she just became a new mom last week. So whenever you see her or email her, definitely congratulate Kat on being sort of taking on this new chapter in her life. Emily has returned to the Office of General Counsel, where she will continue to do great work. And then I'm excited to have a few folks join my team. So the detailees, Stephen Wellner here with me, and Kath Ratcliffe right here. They have joined my team. So first, Stephen served in many roles at the commission already and was legal advisor and chief of staff to Chair Cheryl LaFleur and Chair Rich Glick, and a transition advisor to Neil Chatterjee, and as a director of the Office of Energy Market Regulation, West Division. So I am very fortunate to have Stephen bring me up to speed and bring all of his expertise and experience to our office. Kath, of course, has long served as the Commission's expert in generator interconnection and has been a key voice in not only the development of the current interconnection and transmission planning, dockets, and rulemaking, but also has really dived deep into all the nitty-gritty details associated with interconnection and transmission planning. And I'm also very fortunate to have her helping advise and work with the rest of the commission and commission staff going forward on these very important topics. She has also spent some time with Commissioner Christie, so I think that's really nice cross-pollination of the offices across. So I'm really lucky to have her. I'm also happy to announce Adam Pollock and Annie Blanchard here, and who have also joined my team as technical advisors and legal advisor. Adam has long worked as a subject matter expert on a range of rates-related and markets-related, again, deep diving into many details in front of us. He was in the Central Division of Office of Energy Markets Regulation. Annie has served as an attorney in a variety of roles before within the commission, focusing on infrastructure permitting and security, and most recently managed the environmental justice and equity group related to infrastructure permitting in the Office of the General Counsel. Again, I'm just so fortunate to have this team to help me get up to speed and really learn from them all the expertise and experiences they have gathered over the years. And finally, I also want to thank Kathleen Bernard, who's not in the room, but hopefully on video, who's really helping me with the day-to-day work and managing the office. So I'm very, very grateful for her help as well. I want to also echo the other commissioners' comments about recognizing the staff's hard work in last week's interconnection workshop. I was able to attend a part of it, and Kath was there for the rest of the interconnection workshop. Very, very interesting discussion. I was very impressed with all the pre-filed comments that I reviewed, as well as the discussion in the room for 2 days, as well as how well attended it was from market participants and interested parties. Front and center for me, I'm very interested in how we might find ways to sort of the term of the art now is connect and manage, and how do we bring in interconnect needed generation to serve all customers as we build out the transmission network to accommodate and to make sure the system remain reliable and balanced. So I'm very interested in a continued dialogue on those topics. As the chairman had mentioned, we have a whole bunch of other technical conferences and workshops. I just want to highlight one that's going to be important, as well as the other important topics. Is a co-location of large load with generator. I'm particularly interested in this topic. I think it's very ripe for a discussion here at Commission, and of course with all the stakeholders. So for today's agenda, I just note I have a concurrence on item E13 and encourage everyone to read it when the order issues. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner, and also welcome to your team to the 11th floor as well. With that, Madam Secretary, we are now ready to move to the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since the issuance of the Sunshine Act notice on September 12, 2024, no items have been stricken from this morning's agenda. Your consent agenda for this morning is as follows. E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9, E10, E11, E12, and E13. Gas items, G1 and G2. Hydro items, H1 and H2. Certificate items, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and C6. Commissioner Christie is not participating in the following item on today's commission meeting, E12. Commissioner Chang is not participating on item E8. As to E13, Commissioner Chang is concurring with a separate statement. We will now take a vote on this morning's consent agenda. The vote begins with Commissioner Chang.
Noting that I'm not participating in item E8 and my concurrence on E13, I vote yay for the rest of them.
Commissioner C.
I vote yay for all.
Commissioner Rosner.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Christie.
Noting I'm not participating in E12, I vote yes on everything.
And Chairman Phillips.
I vote aye.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. That concludes today's items for discussion and consideration.
It's almost shocking. One can get used to this pace. Before we conclude, I will turn to my colleagues for any closing comments they might have. Commissioner Christie.
Don't have any.
Commissioner Ross.
Nothing, Chairman. Thank you.
Commissioner C.
None.
Commissioner Chang.
Nothing, thank you.
All right. That concludes our meeting. We are adjourned.